Hi, this is Mending Mahogany. Welcome back to my channel if you are a returning viewer. If you are new here and you like the content that you're hearing, please be sure to hit the like button, share, and subscribe. So, I want to talk a little bit about relationships. Relationships are on my mind because I am going to be celebrating 25 years of marriage on November 14th. And when I tell you it's nobody but God, you best believe that. Nobody but God can keep a relationship together for 25 years and you still be in love with each other and respect each other and honor each other. And I thank God for that because I know it's His power working through me and His power working through my wonderful husband that has kept us together. But I seen a little headline the other day about a Hollywood couple. I guess you could call them a Hollywood couple. They're both actors. I believe her name is Nicole Ari Parker. You know, she's the fair skinned chick with the beautiful eyes, and she's married to Boris Kojo, the bald, good looking guy. She's been married almost 17 years, and she made a statement that she misses being single because she misses the attention. And I was so baffled by that because here it is that women, we say we want a committed relationship. We say we want somebody to love us and we want to be in long-term healthy relationships. And yet and still we have married women who are looking for the single life. And I'm so confused by that because the goal is not to just get married because anybody can get married, but the goal is to stay married. And the scripture says a threefold cord is not easily broken. So what is the cord? It's you, your husband, and it's the Holy Spirit. That's what keeps a relationship together. And I'm not saying that people who are not Christians cannot have long-term relationships. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is it takes a certain amount of commitment that goes beyond what you feel to stay committed over those years. So I thought it was so, number one, disrespectful for her to say that she misses being single and she misses the attention because, you know, we all have heard the saying that the grass isn't greener on the other side, and the grass on the other side still has to be mowed. So, you know, the single women are looking to be married and the married women are looking to be single. But if you're single, I'm talking to my single ladies right now. If you're single, you have to know what you want. And when you know what you want, you have to realize that you should not lower your standards to be with someone. You know, I don't subscribe to all the men are in jail, all the men are gay, because I believe that if God has somebody for you, no matter what the stats say, He will come. But it's not our job to be out there looking for a husband. It's His job to find us. That's why the scripture says, He that finds a wife finds a good thing. And, you know, Jada Pinkett, we all know her story. She's been all over the circuits, you know, hitting this show, hitting that show, hitting this podcast, doing that podcast, promoting her book, which is called Worthy. But in the meantime, between time, she's out here disrespecting Will Smith, talking about how her and Tupac were soulmates. It's just so messy. And I feel that it gives marriage when you see people in high profile relationships or high profile people in relationships and they're out here saying they wish they were single. Jada's out here saying that Tupac was her soulmate. It's just so messy. And then let's not forget all the lists that we have coming out. Women can't go to the Cheesecake Factory. That's below their standard. You can't go to the Cheesecake Factory, ladies, where you can sleep with somebody on the first date. So we got to get our minds right. We got to get our minds right and our minds renewed. Now specifically, I'm talking to my single Christian women. Single Christian women. Let me say that again. if you are out here dating, you cannot date the way the world dates. You are to be courting, meaning dating with a purpose. You're not just out here dating every Tom, Dick, and Harry because you're trying to find a man. You have to date with purpose, and you have to realize that you're the prize. You are the prize. So we have to renew our minds, ladies, when it comes to dating. It's not just about getting a free meal or, some type of jewelry, some type of pocketbook, because everything nowadays is so monetary. You see these women out here, the guy has to get their nails done, pay for their $300 weaves, their $200 pedicures. It's so materialistic that you could be missing out on a good guy who just wants to take you to the Cheesecake Factory. He don't want nothing else. Take you to the Cheesecake Factory, have some good conversation, and bring you home. But because we still have the residue of the world's dating in our mind, that's like beneath us. So we really have to reevaluate. Once again, let me reiterate, I'm talking to my single Christian women. We have to get back to the basics of God's way. Now, we know that if you're single and you're waiting for marriage, we're not supposed to be sleeping together. So this whole idea of Netflix and chill, that can't be the way that we date these days. It just can't be. You go out to a public place, you go out to dinner, you go to a show, you do something outside of the home, your home or his home, outside of intimate settings, and you go home. Because I tell you this, when sex gets involved in relationships, your mind, your thinking becomes cloudy, because sex is supposed to be reserved for husband and wife. So when you are overstepping those boundaries and you're having sex outside of marriage, sex releases hormones and endorphins in your brain that make you feel a certain way, but it might not be the right person. So sex clouds judgment. So let's just put that to the side. And then some say, oh my God, well, if we're not having sex, what if he ain't good in bed and then I marry him? Well, you have a lifetime to teach him what you like and what he likes. It's like, I'm not saying sex is not important in a marriage, but what I'm saying is sex is just a part of marriage. It's not the whole piece, because sex don't pay the bills. You can't call, out where I live, the electric company is called PSEG. PSEG don't want to hear what a great sex life you have. The water place don't want to hear. The water company don't want to hear your bedroom is banging, and the mortgage company definitely don't want to hear that your sex life is good. So sex is just a part of a relationship, a very important part, but it's just a part. We're not going to live our life in the bedroom. So we have to realize that there's more to it than just that. I mean, if you're going to have who knows what can happen? You could have a vibrant, active sex life and something happen to your spouse and he's not able to perform like he used to. So therefore, you have to have a friendship. Relationships need to be based more than on material things and more than sexual things. You got to learn to be friends, and you have to respect the person that you're with. And it's quite obvious the way Jade is running around telling all her business and talking about Will this and Tupac that and blah, blah, blah. She has no respect for her husband. And ladies, the man desires respect over sex. I know we think that all men want is sex, but men desire respect over sex. So we have to learn to respect our husbands, who they are in our lives, respect their authority, respect who they are as a man, because that's more important to a man than sex. And I just wanted to like get that off my chest, because it's like our we feel that people who may have more than us, more than us monetarily, people who have money, people who have status, people who are high profile people in the world's system, like they have it all together. But it's like every day you find out that people are breaking up left and right. So we know that money, status, position does not hold a relationship together. So the only thing that's going to hold a relationship together is God. I truly believe that. I truly believe that God and a respect for the person that you're with and commitment. You got to be committed. You got to be committed when things are not good, because relationships, they all have seasons, just like everybody's. Some people might like summer, some people might like fall, some people might like winter, some people might like spring. And that's how relationships are. They go through seasons and times, and you got to be able to ride it out. Now, I'm not talking about being a ride or die and staying in bad relationships when you're being abused and you're being disrespected and you're being cheated on. We're not talking about that. We're talking about two people who are on the same page trying to build a relationship together. That's what we're talking about, because women are saying that they want committed men and men are saying they want committed women. I have single people that I know, and they say that dating in 2023 is terrible. And I believe part of the problem with dating in this day and age is social media. I am so grateful that me and my husband did not have to deal with that. We've been married 25 years, but we've been knowing each other 26, 26 and a half years. But social media has made it appear to people that everybody's life is perfect. Nobody's life is perfect. Even if you have a good spouse, your life is still not perfect. You may have a good relationship with your husband, but then there may be turmoil in the lives of your children. There may be turmoil in health. There may be turmoil financially. So if we're looking for every aspect to be perfect, that's an unrealistic view of a relationship. That's just a good relationship is two people coming together, learning how to love each other and respect each other through the seasons that your relationship goes through. And if I could give anybody advice, it would be just to remember that, you're not always going to be in that tax bracket. You're not always going to be in that little apartment. You're not always going to be running behind three little babies. I remember when my kids were younger, it was just like, just being able to do something spontaneously, like, hey, babe, let's go to the movies, let's go out to eat, seems so foreign to me because my kids were little. So we had to have a babysitter. Things have to be planned out when you have little children. Now, my youngest son is about to turn 18. We could just go, babe, you want to go out to eat? Want to go here? Want to go there? We can just bounce and do that because our kids are older. But when they were younger, it felt like I would never get there. And now I'm there. So every relationship goes through seasons. And don't let social media fool you and make you think that what you're looking at is actually what you're looking at. And people who know me and my husband, they know that we love each other up close and in person. If you see us, we're a real couple. We understand that nobody's perfect. My husband isn't perfect. I'm not perfect, but there's a knowing there that I know that he's got me and I got him, and we're going to do what we have to do to work out the problems that come up, work out the situations that come up, because it's always something. The enemy, first of all, is against marriage. He does not want marriages to stay together. They say that the divorce rate for Christians is higher than non-Christians. So that leads me to believe that the enemy is working overtime on Christian couples to break them up. So they're not a good witness. So people will say, well, if they're supposed to be Christians, why couldn't they stay together? And yes, there are instances where relationships just don't work out. There are instances where relationships just don't work out, and it is what it is. But we still have to realize that nothing is perfect and there is work. Love is an action word. It's not a feeling. You're not always going to have those little butterflies in your stomach when you see your spouse. Some days you're going to love them. Some days you're going to hate them, but it is what it is. I just think people need to have a more realistic view of what relationships are and how to navigate the seasons of relationships. So single women, I'm speaking to you. If you're Christian or if you're not Christian, I'm speaking to you because I want you to have a realistic view of what relationships are. And I want you to know that you don't have to lower your standards. You make him come up to your standards. But at the same time, ladies, we can't be saying we want a man who has a 6-figure salary and we're working at Burger King. There's nothing wrong with working at Burger King. You have a job. That's honorable. But what I'm saying is I feel like sometimes women, because they have the goods, if you know what I'm saying, they put a higher expectation on the man. You want your man to have a 6-figure job, then you better be coming to the table with a 6-figure job. Ladies, we need to come to the table with more than breasts and thighs, if you know what I'm saying. We ain't at KFC, but we need to be coming to the table with more than breasts and thighs if we're requiring all of this stuff from men. Vice versa, men, you got to be coming to the table with exactly what you're expecting of us. So just as I come to a close in this video, I just want you to realize that relationships take work. And, if you respect each other and you love each other, you can make it through the seasons of life that our relationships go through. Don't be discouraged, single ladies. We don't go by the stats. We don't go by how many men are gay. We don't go by how many men are on the down low. We don't go by how many men are in prison. Because if God has somebody for you, that person is for you. So be encouraged. Keep your standards up. Keep living for God. Keep yourself, out of the bed, because I'm telling you, the bedroom will bring you down and will have you in a relationship that you ain't got no business in. I've heard it said that good sex will keep you in a bad relationship 5 years too long. So let's reserve sexual activity for the marriage bed. So this is Mending Mahogany. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Please be sure to hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next video. Have a good day.
Strawberry on my lips and sugar fingertips. I can feel the beat running through the speakers. Blue skies, blue waves, every day's a good day. Lazy Sunday afternoon, I'ma take Monday off too. Ooh, got me so in love with the summer day.